Welcome to Toffee TV. This video was taken from the extended final word, which you can find on patreon.com/Toffee TV EFC. Get over there now, join Patreon and watch the full extended final word.
Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the final word. Everton have won an away game. Happy days.
Hallelujah.
Leicester City 1, Everton 2. We've got Sarah Halpin with us to discuss the game. A win away, Baz.
A win away. Do you know, and I didn't know this, but Everton have lost once in 21 games when we kicked off at 3. In our last 20.
I didn't know that
Kick-off.
I had no idea.
Only lost one?
once, and it was Spurs at home last year.
Wow.
3-0.
The last time he's lost. The only time he's lost.
Love a Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Saturday. Can we just play all our games at 3?
Against
We
modern
win the league.
football.
Win the league.
So what you're saying is the Europa League might be an issue.
Europa League's fucked us, let's be honest. Europa League, no chance. But Saturday 3 o'clock, we're laughing. Even the
Happy
FA
days.
Cup be ruined. Be ruined. 5:15 kick-offs and all that. But yeah, it was a much needed and fantastic win, because I think we said in the preview that it was, to us, it was the hardest game outside the top 6, hardest away game. You know, in your mind, whether they don't play out like that obviously, but when you look at it, Leicester's a really tough away fixture, and that's only our second win there, and God knows.
Although we have beaten them now 3 times in the last 4 games, haven't we, I think?
Yeah.
It's really good, isn't it?
Stats out.
But no, great win. Great
I
win.
think it was just so important as well for us to get Silver's first away win out of the way. It's back-to-back wins now as well, and Leicester away, you kind of feel like that made up a little bit for maybe some of the points that we missed out on. I think, you know, before the game, there was people saying in the away end, you know, I'd take a draw here, and I'm thinking maybe ordinarily you might do, but I think with the points we dropped, we needed to make a thing of going there and coming back with the 3 points. And the way we started the game, even, I think we're really suited to playing away from home as well.
Yeah.
We started that game so well. We took the lead within, what, 5 or 6 minutes, but within 10 we could have been 2.
No, that's it. I mean, like you've just said there, it's some game you look at paper and you go, that's, you know, that's maybe 3 points, that's a draw. And I think Leicester was one of them where you go, oh, that might be a draw, because they're a decent side at home. So to get the 3 points, I think just before an international break, it's always nice to pick up 3 points with that. You know, for a couple of weeks, you're positive about everything. I mean, let's be honest, it affects everything, doesn't it? My mood is completely, you know,
I've had a great weekend.
Exactly, I've had a great week. Everton kick off on a Saturday, you have a great weekend, your mood's come, and then for the next couple of weeks you're happy. And then with the games coming up as well, like you know, the likes of the away games we've got coming up, it was a real big boost. But like you just said as well, the way we played was a big boost. The way we took command in this game from the off, and then when they were down to 10 men, I just thought it showed really positive signs. Whereas, you know, in midweek when we lose the game and everyone's feeling a little bit not personally, I wasn't feeling after the game like thinking like some people do, oh, well, is this going to go, are we going the right direction? Just more like, should have won that.
It was frustrating because we basically, it was in our hands, and I think with the different decisions in the starting 11, we go through comfortably. So it was more annoying, wasn't it, than anything, rather than a
missed opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Rather than thinking, oh, we're shite and Silver's shite. No, it just wasn't the right side. But it showed on Saturday with as close to the best starting 11 that we can have, and that front 4 that we had. I mean, this is only 8 games in under Silver. And you've got to look at Luca Dean, which is how he says his name now, and I can't stop saying it like that. Bernard.
I'm not asked. It sounds more French.
Kurt Zuma, and obviously Richarlison. Those 4, and obviously we keep saying we've still got Mina and Gomez to come in. Those 4 have made such an impact on the side. And then the other players that we've got have stepped up their game. Look at Gylfi Sigurdsson again. It's just so exciting.
Playing players in their right positions would make them better players.
It's madness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just madness. But no, I'm dead excited about this. I think, there's been some frustrating results, and I'm sure there's still going to be bumps along the road. Look, there'll be results in a couple of weeks where we'll probably be having a whinge again, but I'm just fully confident and behind the fact that we are definitely, for me, moving in the right direction and will continue to improve.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everyone's been banging on about playing Richarlison through the middle for a few weeks. He did it, you know, and I think the balance of that front four, the fluidity of them, the movement of them, just showed you. You're hoping when you start a project, whatever you want to call it, a new managerial ship. 3 different terms for you. That you kind of see an idea of the blueprint he wants, and I don't think we ever seen it under Koeman. It was just a bit hit and miss.
Well, he relied on individuals
exactly. Whereas I think that Saturday was kind of what he wants.
Definitely.
You know, we've seen it. I said it a few times. If we can turn our away performances, get them replicated at Goodison, we'll be in a much stronger position, because we do look so much better away from home. Okay, all the results haven't been there yet. I mean, what we did Saturday, we should have done at Arsenal.
Yeah.
We scored when we had a chance, you know, our first real opportunity, and we built from there. You know, Bournemouth were a Leighton Baines
error,
moment of stupidity away from winning that game. Wolves, I mean, we've seen it again at the weekend. McTominay's challenge in the United Newcastle game, a million times worse than
Didn't
Jag.
even get hooked, did he?
Wasn't a foul. Didn't give a foul. And Jags is sent off for the. So, you know, there's been things that have gone against us away from home, or we haven't taken our chances. Whereas on Saturday, we just looked so much better. The amount of times we took the ball off their back foot, particularly Maguire, who I think he thought he was playing for us. The amount of times he passed it out, he was terrible. Well, that's what he is, isn't he? You put him under pressure. The amount of times we got the ball back, once that's sharpened up a bit more, I think we can potentially eat teams,
win the league,
win games,
win the league.
win the second league,
win the second half of the league. No, listen. What I'd be really interested to know was this Silva's thinking from the beginning? You know, when he brought Richarlison in, and when because he's basically said he wanted Bernard from the start. He obviously wanted Richarlison from the start. So was his idea from the start to play to move Richarlison into the middle gradually, and maybe the process has been speeded up by the fact that Tosin is. I'm not going to have a go at Tosin. I think he's a good player. I just don't think he suits the way we are when we're at our best, and it will be up to him to adapt his game to us rather than us. You can't adapt a whole team to play around one player up front. He has to adapt to you, and if that doesn't happen, then unfortunately he'll find his way out of the team, which he has done, but that's just the way football is.
I think for Tosin to work, our number 10 needs to be quicker. I've said that before. You know, and when Gylfi dropped back, actually, and went alongside Garner, he was incredible.
There might be, but we'll come on to that. There might be games where Tosin plays with Bernard, or plays with Richarlison, and Bernard plays on the left, and and Richarlison plays a little bit deeper, and maybe Gylfi plays a little bit. There's room for scope. There doesn't always have to be one way. In fact, you don't want it to be one way. You want to be good at two things at least, so they opposition sides don't know.
You hear Bernard saying that Silva's had been training with different front fours, so he's mixed them around, so Luckman's been in there, and so that he said so that we're all used to playing with each other.
Well, they should be, because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as your best 11. There just isn't.
Best 11 for a game,
because you never ever get that chance or that opportunity, or
unless you're Wolves. You pick the same starting 11 for the 8th game.
But even that though, when they can't pick the same 11, how are they going to react? That's the thing. It's all great when it's going great. It's when the wheels come off and you have to.
It's fine.
Who's to say?
Says it's finding solutions.
Who's to say that what we've seen so far, it doesn't put us in good position going forward when you have to rely on different players at the back. I mean, we started the season and we've had a different player in nearly every single position so far because of suspensions and injuries. Who's to say down the line that doesn't? We don't go. We know what works and what doesn't work because of that solution. As I say, teams so far, Bournemouth are probably in the same position as Wolves are. They don't have to change their team that much. What happens when they do have to change their team?
They're going to fall off a cliff a bit.
Well, I'm not saying they are, but it'll just be interesting to see, and it'll be the same with Wolves, and that'll be where maybe we pick up the ground later on.
Well, that's it. I mean, I was listening to Nuno Espert, whatever his name is, the Wolves manager.
Fellow with the beard.
He's actually quite cool. they were talking to him and going, how come you've been able to do, and he said, well, yeah, we've got a couple of new players, but the players know the process, and it's the same with Eddie Howe. The players know the process, so they don't really change many people. Bournemouth, it's virtually the same starting 11 or 13 or 14. It was like us with Moyes, because you had a core 8 or 9 every week. Everyone knew the jobs, and the minute everyone knows Marco Silva's philosophy and what's expected, we'll get better and better. And this is why when people were, moaning and whinging after West Ham and things like that, and he's not the right man, or this is nothing changes, and blah de blah de blah, you've got to, and I've said it many times, we had to erase, get the all Men in Black thing on in the summer and go and forget everything that's happened and go, you know what, this is the first moment. The other fella said it across the park when he was talking about Sarri, whatever his name is, said it's unbelievable what he's done as Chelsea manager already. He said, because for me, I was making mistakes for the first 18 months because I had to find out who done what and who done, and that's normally what a football team's about. A manager, you come in and you go, like you just said, we've played 2 right backs, 2 left backs, 4 centre halves, 5 centre halves.
Is it 5?
Not 4, but it will be 5 when Mina comes in. Luckman's had a go, Walcott, Richarlison, Bernard,
Sigurdsson,
all the way
everyone.
through Calvert-Lewin, Nias, Tosin. We've used the majority of our squad. Schneiderlin, Garner.
Yeah. But even if you look at the centre of the park, for a few weeks we were thinking, well, it's Schneiderlin and Garner, and then it was, and Tom Davies replaces one of them, and now he's sort of, now he's thought, well, Garner can play that role on his own, and then on Saturday you look at it and think, can Gylfi drop a little bit deeper? As he showed, he can drop a little bit deeper. It's this idea that you do your pre-season and then the manager knows everything about everyone
in his first 6 weeks.
It's fluid. It
should be.
It's fluid. Well, football is fluid, isn't it? It doesn't stop. You will every week you will learn something new about a player, or a player will pick up experience. We'll talk about their goal in a minute, but I'm sure John Joe Kenny will have learned quite a lot about defending from that.
Put it this way, he learned more on Saturday than he did the week before.
Yeah.
When he didn't make any. You were Everton as a team and Marco Silva. You only learn from mistakes, and what you do is something's presented to you. It's like in life. You'd have to find a solution to that problem, and if you don't, that problems will haunt you and continue to come back. And whereas if you can find a solution to it, you move on. And the best managers find solutions.
Yeah.
Other managers put their head in the sand like Martinez did, or other managers go to golf course like Koeman did, or other managers just eat pie and chips and gravy like the other fella did. So the best managers find solutions, and that's kind of what he did. But to go in a big roundabout way back to what you said, we did start the game really well. We were on the front foot and pressing immediately, and it was the first time, I would say, I don't know whether you'd agree, since Spurs at home under Koeman, where our front players actually looked like they were putting the defenders were having to worry the opposition because we were pressing so well. We took the ball off them the first couple of minutes twice.
They were just absolutely shitting themselves with Bernard. And this is it, every time he had the ball, or every time we were on the attack, you thought, there's going to be a goal here. And we took the lead, obviously, very early on. It was something of beauty. Bernard just was taking the absolute piss out of them. When you're just watching the game and we're all kind of going, whoa, laughing because we're like, how good is this lad here? And then obviously the brilliant little cross across, and the neat little finish from Richarlison as well, the 2 Brazilians. You just got to think, like, I'm throwing my mind back to last season, games going all the way up to Newcastle in the freezing cold to watch a hard-fought, shitty 1-0 horrible game of football, and then I'm there watching Bernard and Richarlison and Gylfi doing his thing, and I'm thinking, how can people be that upset with this when we've come from that in such a short space of time to go into teams, going away from home, playing really attractive attacking football and taking the lead, winning game, it's for me so exciting.
For me, I think Bernard proves that you can have everything in football, but if you haven't got skill, because you look at some players and they've got all the pace in the world, but yet they're still not that good. Like they're good, but they're not that good. They don't elevate them. Skill elevates you to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's why I always say Messi's a much better player than Ronaldo. Whatever anyone thinks, because for me it's the skill that elevates you. It's been able to do that magic little thing. I mean, listen, we've had loads of fast foot. Look at someone like Aaron Lennon.
Yeah.
Great professional. What was ever his end result?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He could run really, really fast, and then maybe cut one across.
Just missing like that little bit of magic.
Look at Bernard. He picks the ball up on the left. He goes one way, then the other way, effortlessly. Uses the pace and that skill, and then puts up. And then as the head to put a good ball in the box. Like,
Takes his time as well, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like he picks his moment well. He knows what's going on.
It's that level of skill though that very few players in the Premier League have. There's a lot of cut and thrust. We've got one in the team at the moment. Theo Walcott, who I really like.
Yeah.
But at times he's let down by just not having that little bit of class. Well, that as well. I mean, it's a good card. That little bit of composure as well. And I like Theo Walcott, but at times you just, whereas listen, Bernard, I don't even think's 80% fit. And I think it showed in the second half. Yeah. But just those moments elevate the best players. And I'm not saying he's like an absolute whale beater, but when you look at players in the Premier League, like both Silvers at City and players like that who just have that. That level of skill, that they can turn on a dime. And there's a touch right in the goal. There's a touch, and I think it's when he first goes outside before he comes inside, and there's a touch, and he moves the ball, but he moves the ball so fast again, like away from the defender, and then cuts round, and it's that one touch that a lot of players just don't have.
Yeah. They
try and turn on the first touch and the defender will get in, but that touch just took him away. That opened the space for him to move inside around, and it's just class.
He was just rude, wasn't he? He was just pure rude to them, and it was delightful to watch. And you just think he's the kind of player that, I mean, I know we haven't seen him play that much, and you've just said, Baz, I think maybe he's about 80% fit. If this lad's only going to get better, you've got to think every time he's on the football pitch, things are going to happen. Yeah, and him, and then Richarlison as well. And we've spoke a bit before about the fact we can mix things up, put Richarlison back on the left, maybe put Bernard through the middle, or have Tosun back in, and Walcott, Lookman, got all these options, and that's just so exciting. Imagine going up against opposition, they're thinking, God, we've got all this to contend with, and we still don't know what they're going to do.
But I know one thing. I know one thing. If Tosun does play up front, he'll score more goals with Bernard on the left hand side. Simple as that. Because Richarlison on the left and Tosun at the front. Richarlison, when he picks the ball up, well, you know exactly what he wants to do. Whereas Bernard is, as I said, got that little bit of extra ability to pick somebody out.
Yeah. The best players slow the game down, and so they always look like they've got time, and he always looks like he's got time. You watch him at the weekend. His first touch, he doesn't look at the ball. He's looking at the play, he's making pitches like this, and he's got that ability in him. Now, there'll be games when he's not in the game. There will be, because that's the kind of player he is. But then that's when your other players will come to the fore, but he won't be in the game because the team will go, we have to mark him. So if we have to go mark you, then that means he's got a bit of space to do something. And instead of Everton, and we had it for years, one threat. And if you stop that one threat, you've stopped Everton. Now, you've got to stop Richarlison. You've got to stop Bernard. You've got to stop Walcott. Walcott's pace when he runs it, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well,
you've got Sigurdsson.
It's good because it's two different things.
Exactly.
It's two different things as
you've
well.
You've got the craft, the ability, and you've got the pace.
And it's that ability to interchange as well, which was really exciting. Richarlison didn't always stay up front, and his movement allows Walcott to come through the middle.
Yeah.
And
can we just talk a little bit about his finish, by the way? That he hits it into the floor, because if he hits it straight, Maguire blocks it.
Yeah, that's it.
He plays it down into the floor, making sure he gets something on it. And it was a great goal.
It was instinctive, wasn't it?
It was a great goal.
It was a really good goal, and that got us going. And what was great was we never stopped, and we kept going, and we kept going at them, and
little bit of luck we could have been.
I mean, listen, in a different game, Gylfi is winning a penalty there.
Yeah.
The goalie and the defender.
Well, Morgan stopped them going.
Yeah.
Just blocked them. He clips him, but some refs would give it, others wouldn't.
This is the one that I get sick of though, where you go, if that was anywhere else on the
Yeah,
pitch,
it'd be
it's a
a
free
foul,
kick.
yeah.
Well, then it's a penalty, isn't it? We have to stop saying that. It's a penalty, and it should be made more of, because these things, you know, again, I said to Dave on the way home from the game, I said that we could on another day have won that game 4-1 or something like that. But in some ways, I was pleased that we kind of just ground out that 2-1, because I think psychologically we needed to do that. Taking the lead with about 10 minutes to go, 2-1, they've got 10 men, and you know, you're still nervy.
No,
like,
of course
the
you
away
are.
end was like that, we're buzzing and singing, but you're thinking... And I think the fact that we got it over the line was like a big thing, because we saw it at Bournemouth, we saw it at Wolves, even about that kind of time. Yeah. I think that was a big thing to have gotten over that. So one day soon, I think we're going to go away from home. You know, maybe not in the next couple, because we've got a few big, but someone's going to get an absolute tonking from us soon, I think, because it is just about that final touch, that final finish, that maybe players like Walcott aren't quite there on Tosin, and
I think what without jumping ahead, so the next step is actually to see those performances at home.
Yeah, definitely.
To actually be like that from the off at home rather than the away games. Away, you know you're going to do that, but we need to start doing that at home. But yeah, we can just be happy.
Smile
for a couple of weeks, haven't we?
We've got 2 weeks.
Got 2 weeks of happiness, and then something on.
Benteke.
No, you'll beat Palace as well, and then we'll destroy United at Old Trafford.
Destroy them.
Destroy.
There you have it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Are you still buzzing? Did you have a boss weekend? Did you go and see the Giants? I did. These didn't, because they're miserable. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you later.